Have you ever noticed that certain people carry a distinct kind of silence with them? It's not an awkward silence, and it's definitely not an empty one. It's a silence that feels rich, full of meaning. Like the calm before a creative storm, heavy with thoughts that are still taking shape. You've probably seen it in someone who pauses for a long moment before they reply, or someone who gazes out of a window not because they're distracted, but because their mind is actively weaving intricate tapestries of ideas. This is the world of the deep thinker. They don't rush to fill every gap with noise because their inner world is a vibrant, bustling city of thought. While our modern culture often rewards speed, quick reactions, and constant communication, deep thinkers move to a different rhythm. They choose to dive deep rather than just skim the surface. For them, it's not enough to know what happened. They are compelled to understand why it happened. They see layers and textures everywhere in the complexities of human pain, in the profound beauty of a quiet moment, in something as simple and mundane as a late-night cup of coffee. Their world isn't flat or one-dimensional. It's a complex, winding, and deeply textured landscape. This depth is both an incredible gift and, at times, a heavy burden. It brings with it a unique appreciation for beauty, a wellspring of creativity, and a profound sense of empathy. But it also sharpens their awareness of life's inherent fragility and its sorrows. To think deeply is to feel deeply. It means learning to live comfortably with questions that may never have answers, with contradictions that can't be resolved, and with the fundamental understanding that truth and beauty often exist side by side with uncertainty and pain. This isn't just about being smart in the traditional sense. Psychologists have long studied deep thinkers, noting that their nature goes far beyond mere intelligence or IQ. It's a holistic way of processing reality, a unique blend of emotion, logic, and constant reflection. The renowned psychoanalyst Carl Jung once observed that real thinking is a rare and difficult task because it requires us to question our most cherished assumptions and bravely face the unknown. That very challenge is what defines the deep thinker. For them, solitude isn't an escape from the world. It's essential nourishment for the soul. It's in those quiet, solitary moments that their thoughts can finally unfold freely, stretching out and connecting in new and unexpected ways. However, there's a delicate balance to maintain. Too much solitude can pull them into the whirlpool of overthinking, where productive reflection sours into repetitive, anxious mental loops. They are constantly walking a fine line between gaining profound insight and getting lost in rumination. This is the tightrope walk of the deep thinker. One of the most defining characteristics of deep thinkers is their emotional sensitivity and empathy. They don't just observe suffering from a safe distance. They often absorb it, feeling it as if it were their own. This heightened sensitivity is what allows them to find incredible meaning and connection in art, in literature, and in their relationships with others. But it can also leave them feeling emotionally exhausted, weighed down by the sorrows of the world. They feel both the breathtaking beauty and the heart-wrenching cruelty of life with an intensity that can be overwhelming. Many deep thinkers are driven by a powerful existential curiosity. They find themselves endlessly questioning the big things, the nature of life, the search for purpose, the mysteries of consciousness. For them, the act of questioning itself becomes a form of meaning. It's the journey, not just the destination, that provides fulfillment. This inner world, so rich and complex, often needs an outlet. Creativity becomes their language. Whether it's through writing, painting, designing, building, or simply expressing their ideas, they find ways to give tangible form to the abstract world that lives within them. It's how they translate their inner universe for the rest of us to see. Despite this inner richness, or perhaps because of it, deep thinkers are frequently misunderstood by the world around them. They tend to value depth over quantity. They would rather have one real, meaningful conversation than 100 shallow ones. To an outsider, their silence might be misinterpreted as interest, aloofness, or even arrogance. But, for the deep thinker, silence is not distance. It y présence. It's a sign that they are fully engaged, listening not just to your words, but to the meaning behind them. In a world that is becoming increasingly fast, loud, and distracted, deep thinkers are the quiet rebels. They are the ones who dare to slow down, to question the norms, and to resist the relentless pull of superficiality. Their very existence is a quiet protest against the noise. Their depth reminds us of something ancient and essential within all of us. The profound human need to not just live, but to understand our existence. So, if you recognize yourself in this description, if you are one of these people who lives more in your head than in the outside world, know this: your mind is not a flaw. It's not something to be fixed or suppressed. It is a universe, vast and full of wonders. Your tendency to pause, to reflect, and to question is not a weakness. It is your greatest strength. The world desperately needs those who dare to think deeply, because it is from that depth, from that quiet, reflective space that true empathy, groundbreaking creativity, and lasting meaning are born. You are not just observing the world. You are helping to create its meaning. Thank you for listening and for daring to dive deep. If this resonated with you, consider subscribing for more journeys into the mind.